Hey moms, it's Katie here with another Live and Learn. And today we have a very special guest. She is a good friend of my mama's. So she's a special guest today. And you're coming at us, Sheri, you're coming at us from New Hampshire, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. So what time is it for you? It's still morning to me.
2:30-ish, 2:32.
And how's your weather over there? I see you have a hoodie on. I don't.
Yes, it's rainy, and it's cool. It's probably like 43-ish.
Well, we'll be at a balmy 93 today. I know.
Jealous. It's coming though.
It's coming. You guys are, I know, except for, who was I talking to the other day from New Hampshire? I don't know. I have a bunch of family there, but somebody was saying that you expect pretty big snowfall coming, or a pretty big snowstorm. You guys got one on tap?
I better check.
Well, might want to prepare because
I thought that was done, but it is New England, so
it's only April. Come on, the snow can't leave until at least the end of April. You know that.
Yep. We did have a April Fool's blizzard back in '97, I think.
Yeah, that's the year I graduated.
Me too.
And oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
awesome. And gosh, I remember having a snowstorm one year in the beginning of May. It was like May 5th or something like that.
Yeah, I remember. Because something about Cinco de Mayo and the snow was like a joke. Crazy.
Yeah.
May is just too much.
I know, but your summers are amazing. And I'm actually going to be there in July for a couple of weeks to visit family and whatnot. So I'll be able to experience it in the beach. I just really miss
the beach. Yeah.
I miss the seafood. Big number one myth. Yeah. So they just don't do it right out here. Don't come to Phoenix and order a lobster. I mean, you can, but you're going to be disappointed.
Especially when you're used to the stuff out
when
here.
I'm used to home. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. When they basically pull it out of the ocean and stick it on your plate. Yeah, I'm used to that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about lobsters or the weather in Sheri, are we? So tell the mamas a little bit about who you are and what we're going to talk about today.
Okay. I am a wife, a mom of four. I work full-time, and then I have a side business that is CBD related. We have quite a few products, and I'm just going to chit chat a little bit about the benefits and the difference between CBD and THC, and try to give a little bit of information on what to look for, just so you know you're getting the right stuff.
I love it. And tell me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a medical background. You're a nurse, right?
I was, but I'm not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do have a medical background. So it's not like you're just somebody out there that, doesn't have experience with the human body, basically.
Right. Exactly. Which is part of why, it's part of why I really love this business, because it has to do with the endocannabinoid system, and it kind of links everything to make your body go to homeostasis and feel good, feel better.
Well, I'd love for you to, if you would, pretend I know nothing, take me through that journey. So why CBD and why do people think it's weed? Let's clear that up.
Yeah,
right out of the gate.
Because they're made from the same plant. So part of it, the best way I like to describe it is the CBD and the hemp part is like if you wine and grape juice, it comes from the same substance. It comes from grapes. Wine gets you that, ooh, this feels good, makes you nice and warm inside. And then the grapes, you can make grape juice, and you just, that doesn't give you that side effect. So the THC is what gives you the high. The hemp and the CBD, it's just the stuff from the flower, the plant. It's the not THC, but it has all the benefits.
Got you.
So and all the benefits are great with helping with sleep, help alleviate stress, anxiety, help alleviate pain, even for animals too. So, yep. So that's pretty much the difference. It's as simple as that. The THC is just the component that makes you feel that high, and the CBD doesn't.
So the CBD doesn't have that component,
Nope.
but it does have the relaxing.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about that. Like what is all in there that makes you calm down? Because I give actually I give CBD drops to my dog. So it's funny that you mentioned
Yes.
that pets can get it too, because she's coming up on 9 and she's kind of
Oh,
always had high anxiety. I don't know why. She's lived a pretty posh life, I can tell you that. Since I brought her home when she was a puppy, but she's always just been a little whiny ever since she was a puppy, and just kind of high anxiety. And so we do put like whatever it is, whatever the dose is, it's like a drop or something on
mhm.
a little biscuit. And when she's feeling a little extra, or if we know we're going to be away for a couple of hours, and that kind of freaks her out a little bit, because
Right.
2020, I think she got totally spoiled, and
Oh,
she
my
was like,
dog too.
oh, you're home every single day, cool, this is new life. And now we're starting to get back into, my son's going to school, and we're
Mhm.
leaving now to go back to work and things like that, and she's just freaking out. So long
Right.
story short, we CBD oil her and it works wonders.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about why.
Um, it's so I wrote a little bit down because I can't remember. I don't want
It's
to
okay.
miss anything. um, so it has terpenes and flavonoids, and they those are what keeps you, it gives you that calming or pain, or that just works in your body to give you what it needs. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So it could be like a tincture or a
Oh yeah.
cream, or like what are the different substances? And give me a few examples. Like what would
Sure.
you use CBD cream for? Like, would you have
Yeah.
a massage with that, or?
Yeah. So my husband uses the CBD cream that we have. It hurt. He has really bad knees. He's actually going to need surgery. So, excuse me. Sorry.
It's okay.
We put it on the back of his knees, and it's more or less just to help him get to sleep because of the pain. So we have that cream. My grandmother uses it and loves it. She says it works immediately. And she uses it on her hands because she has arthritis and things like that.
Mhm.
Arthritis, there's something else too, but so then the tinctures, there's oil. We have different milligrams. There's a few different flavors. So those you take under your tongue. It's the oil, and you hold it for a little bit, swish it around and swallow it. We also have little jellies that are pretty brand new. They they're just pure CBD. There's a few products we have that have a tiny bit of THC in it. It's 0.3% or less. And if there's anything more than that, they burn the crop. Crop is gone.
Oh.
So we have a few different types as well. The jellies are pure CBD with the terpenes and all that. What else do we have? We have bath bombs.
Ooh.
We have a skincare line, and we have usually I have them right in front of me, the oils that you can rub on.
Okay.
So we have the little roll-ons, that's the word. So sorry.
No, that's fine. And
Yeah.
I know a few people, and hopefully this is accurate. I know a few people who use it. Does it make sense to use it for headaches? Like people who have really bad,
Yes.
intense migraines and things like that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. We also have a boost line that helps. We have little tinctures that um, it's metabolism boost, pain, sleep, and immune. So we have little boosters as well. And those don't have, those are more like essential oil based than CBD based, just to help boost that.
Can you form an addiction to this? Like, how people say, well, if you take, something to help you fall asleep, like melatonin or something, too
Right.
often, that your body will not produce what it should be producing to get you to sleep. Is it the same kind of thing, or is it different?
It's different, you can't form an addiction to it. It's non-psychosis. There's like, I'm trying to think of the verbiage that, so you can't, it doesn't give you any of those like highs or feelings or anything like that. When I first started taking it, they say it could take up to 2 weeks to, really get into your system. I want to say maybe the second or third day when I woke up, I felt like myself. I felt like who I was back when I was maybe early 20s, like this, just happy and goofy and just that person. I've always been myself, but just a boost in confidence and things like
More
that. The stress,
relaxed.
yes. And sometimes work days can be quite stressful. And I noticed that I was getting certain emails or, things to try to put out fires that were going on throughout the day. And I usually get that, oh no, how am I going to do this? Like start really getting anxiety and frustrated, and I don't feel like that. I haven't since I started. And which is another reason why I jumped into the business. So it really has helped my family and I.
That's a huge point, because
Mhm.
we talk a lot about, mental health and anxiety and stuff like that, a real lot about it, because it affects probably all of us. I mean, at
Yeah.
some level, right?
Mhm.
And so there's constant, posts. I see them all the time from moms in all of our groups across the country. Hey, any tips on how I can chill out, basically? Hey,
Mhm.
momming is hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's stressful. And I'd like to be more natural. What tips do you have, kind of thing?
Right.
And I'm feeling like something like this might save a mom from doing something like drinking a whole bunch every night so that she can
Mhm.
chill out and fall asleep. And then that ends up forming a problem for her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's maybe a good alternative to look at when you're just at your wit's end and you're like, I need
Yeah.
something.
And a huge part of, I've actually been, before I found this CBD, I was looking for about 2 years, and I didn't really know what I was looking for. I wasn't about to go into a gas station or anything like that and buy it, because I really didn't know what it was. What was in it. So I have my oldest has anxiety. My second child has ADHD. She has a language-based learning disability, and she has anxiety. My little one, we haven't had her diagnosed yet, but she's like all of them combined on steroids. She's very, yeah. So I was looking into it more for them,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not against any medication, but I wanted to try something more natural first. Because if I try something more natural first, we're not putting her on medication. That doesn't work. We have to put her on something else. And so that's why I really got into doing the research. It's helped her a lot. My older two are 5 years apart, and they get along so well. They like hang out and play games, board games. And they used to just not even just fight, not even talk to each other, not to the point where it was like they never spoke, but so it was nice to just see them sitting and laughing and giggling, just the two of them. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been like that for, I want to say 2 months now.
Wow.
So yeah. And the littlest one, I do give her half a jelly. She goes to sleep. She still gets up and climbs into bed with us, but she goes to sleep in her own bed, which is huge.
Oh, how old is
Yeah,
she?
she's 5. I got quite the
Oh,
range too. So my
yeah.
oldest is 17. So
Oh,
this
so
will, yeah,
your youngest is 5, your oldest is 17. So you do have a pretty good range. We have some
yeah.
other mamas in our group with a good range. I don't know if you know Jenny Cohen. She's got 5 also, and she's got a pretty good range as well. I think she has a 7-year-old and a 22-year-old. So, and
Oh
then
yeah,
all in between. So,
that's
and
pretty
then,
close to mine. Yeah.
yeah. And then, my mom, started
Yep.
all over after 20 years. Bless your
Yeah.
heart, mother. So talk to me a little bit about when you were researching these products. What did you learn? What did you discover? And what should our mamas know about researching CBD products?
Right. So I learned that buying it from just anywhere is tough because you don't really know what's in it. You want to look for the USDA certified organic. You want to look for, well, this is my personal preference, but it's made in the USA. I like to keep it in the family of the US. And also if they have a third party, if it's tested by a third party, because then there's a scan code on the bottom and you can scan it and see exactly what's in it from that third party. So that's all the stuff I learned, which I think is great to know, to look for when you're purchasing or looking into CBD, because it works better. You're not getting toxins that could be coming from overseas somewhere that's just bottled up with some oil, and not knowing really the THC could be, could have THC in it and CBD, and it's just dirty. And
yeah, what if you give that to your kids?
Yeah, which is why I took so long to figure it out and let my kids try it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like with anything, right? As moms, and dads too, we really need to be aware of what the ingredients are for literally everything these days. I mean, from food to cleaning products to CBD products to, skincare. Oh, speaking of skincare, you had mentioned really briefly that you have a skincare line. So what are the benefits of CBD for skincare? I'm curious.
It's helps reduce, fine lines and wrinkles, and cleans your face. I'm sorry, I'm touching my face while I'm talking about it. So we have it's a milk cleanser with CBD in it, and we also have BB pads, which really get your skin nice and tight and glowing. And then there's a peptide cream. So they just give you, that youthful glow, and I use it and my skin feels just amazing. I just like the way it feels after I use it. And my grandmother's like, oh, I don't know if it'll get rid of all these wrinkles, but I feel great. She's so funny.
Oh, that's too cute.
Yeah. And it helps with acne too.
Oh, good to know. There are several moms that have teenagers that are dealing with that, and they're trying everything they absolutely can to help their teenagers out. I mean, you remember what it was like to be a teen and to have to go to school and to have all these breakouts.
And now I'm dealing with the mask knee, like all the from the masks. I break out all here all the time, so I'm always like scrubbing.
Yeah.
So I have to wear them a lot. Yeah.
Well, awesome, Sheri. I am super excited that you shared this with us today, because except for with my dog, I haven't really ventured into CBD, creams or anything like that for us. And, I broke, this is speaking of my dog. So I broke my tibia before my kid. So it probably would have been, I don't know, like 10 years ago, I think. I broke my tibia, and because I have a protection trained German Shepherd, and we were doing some drills, and I wanted to show her. And so I was practicing. This is back when I was single before my kid. I was practicing, and the dog trainer came over, and I was really excited to show him what we had been working on. And so I went to do her little number with her flag and whatever, and I just wasn't positioned correctly, and she did everything I asked her to do. And she's a European German Shepherd, so she's not small. And she came up behind me and smacked the back of my leg so hard that it literally cracked my tibia, like a big.
Oh my gosh.
I was off my feet for months. I mean, it was awful. But I still suffer. It is so hard. I mean, plus it was, I couldn't, luckily it was my left leg, so I could still drive, but try getting somewhere when your leg is totally straight.
Right.
That's so hard. But But anyway, I suffer from pain from that injury still. My
Mhm.
husband totally shattered his foot in a dirt bike accident
Oh my gosh.
just before I broke my leg. We weren't together at the time, so we didn't know each other at the time. But he also still suffers from, like he can't go for super long walks.
Oh, yeah.
If we go for a long walk, he's going to be on his bike kind of thing
Yeah.
because it's too painful. So I'm wondering if maybe bringing a little bit of CBD cream in my life might help alleviate those things for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's if it's worth a try because there's also a 30-day guarantee.
Oh,
So
right on.
if you don't like it, it doesn't work. But I haven't, to be knock on wood, I haven't had anybody return anything.
Awesome. Well, that's good. That's a
Hope
good
it stays that
testimony for
way.
the product.
Mhm.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, cool. Well, Sheri, if somebody were to want to reach out to you to ask you some further questions, get more details, perhaps order, check out what you have, how would they do that?
Sure, you can. I have a Facebook page. It's called the Relief Life with CBD. You can contact me there, or you can just go directly to my Facebook page and send me a message, and I'll gladly answer. I'm pretty quick at answering most days.
You're awesome at that. And I've actually linked your page in the show notes. So we made it really easy for you guys to contact Sheri. Just go ahead at the top of this, right in the caption, and click on her page and get in touch.
Yeah,
All
awesome.
right, Sheri. Well, it was awesome to chat with you a little bit. Thanks for spending some time with me today.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.